Boys, over this weekend we had the Asian Pro Championships, and it was so exciting to watch 4 different countries, South Korea, Indonesia, Malaysia, and India, all go head-to-head, all bring some really fantastic physiques. There's a debate whether second place should have beat first or whether third should have beat fourth. I'm going to bring in my hosts, Aline Bolton and Philip Naselli, AVOMP, to talk about what happened this weekend at the Asian Championships. Without further ado, happy Monday, December 8th. Let's get into the Asian Championships. Let's go. Here it is, boys. The 3-time Olympian, maybe soon to be 4-time Olympian, Yong Seung Lee out of South Korea does it again, wins another massive Asian show. Last year I saw him win a Taiwan Pro Asian Grand Prix. Here it is at the end of 2025. You're looking at one of the best physiques in the world right now. He wins the 2025 Asian Championships. And boys, this physique is just nice. It is so bubbly, it is so aesthetic, has those classic Asian aesthetic lines. The back looks good, especially the upper back, the rhomboids, the traps, the lats. The lower lats can still come in a little bit, but other than that, for Yong Seung Lee, IFBB Pro YS on Instagram, it's a pretty dominant physique. And what happened here, why did I think he won this show? Is because he came in hard, he came in dry, he came in crispy, man. He brought a really nice package, which really displays all the muscle and the structure of his physique really well. This is a really fun battle. I'm gonna have my boy Aline Bolton really break down second place ANIK GHOSH out of India. But if we're just looking at this matchup, this is a close matchup. I was looking at this all yesterday. I was talking with the boys. This is a very, very close matchup. I know a lot of Indian fans thought ANIK got robbed, thought ANIK should have won this show. But you know what? As great of a package and as proud of I am of ANIK for placing second at the show and bringing a really damn good package, I did think out of South Korea, Yong Seung Lee just edged him out a little bit. He has a little bit better front shot. I think his posing is a little bit better. I love the roundness of his shoulders, look a little bit more capped, and the arms look a little bit better to me. The midsections from both these guys are pretty similar, I'd say. They both brought a very nice diced midsection. Both of them are genetically blessed with beautiful midsections. I think ANIK can continue to work on his posing and just fine-tuning that so he brings out the best stage presence that he possibly can. I also think the lower body from ANIK can come up just a little bit to bring up those quads to give him more of the X-frame. And from the back, I'm going to give it to Yong Seung Lee out of South Korea. Just a little bit more muscle, just a little bit more fine-tuned for this show. Obviously, we weren't there. We're going off of, video production footage that we see on Instagram. It's a objective sport. You're either going to choose ANIK or you're going to choose IFBB Pro YS. The judges on that day had IFBB Pro YS Yong Seung Lee take this win. It says plus 10 points for Yong Seung Lee. He's getting closer to the Mr. Olympia. He wants to go. He needs to win another show to qualify for the Mr. Olympia in 2026. And this makes me think, man, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pros sat back this weekend comfy on their couch and looked at Yong Seung Lee win the Asian Championships. And I wonder how that makes them feel. This is why I love the new point system, because it's going to make these guys get off that couch and start to compete. Other than 3-4 shows, if you don't win those 3-4 shows in 2026, you got to win 2 pro shows or you got to qualify through the point system. And I love this. I want to congratulate big time Yong Seung Lee out of South Korea. This is a physique that it's hard to doubt, man. It's hard to doubt that he's going to lose a show in Asia. He's won so many already. And when he comes in, like I said, just dialed in like he was this weekend, it's a mean physique, bro. It's a hard physique to beat no matter what country you're coming from to compete against him. But I want to know about 4th place. I want to know about 3rd place. I want to know about 2nd place. And I even want to know about 5th place. Alim, break some stuff down for me. What happened at the Asian Championships?
Thanks, Hart. This past weekend at the Asian Pro, it was off the chain. John Chen, the promoter, put on an Olympia-level production. In fact, some people say it was even better than the Olympia. The back screen and the backdrop was phenomenal. Talha Kilic, who came in 5th place, hailing out of Turkey, Nabir Kanka, had told us this was an amazing show and they were great behind the scenes as well with the athletes. Now let's talk about Talha Kilic. He's a former boxer and he is a national Turkish athlete. In addition to that, he was lieutenant in the military. So this guy comes in with thick skin, laser-like focus, and he continues to improve show after show. He came in at the Japan Pro, 9th place, and now finished 5th at the Asian Pro. We hope to see him in the top 3 at his next show. The guy's got a phenomenal back. That's one of his strong suits right there, a wide and detailed back. When he turns to the front, you can see he's got a nice set of wheels on him. He needs to streamline the abs and oblique section and really bring that in a little bit crisper. We think that he could improve a little bit more in the upper pectoral muscles and really get them fuller, but that'll come over time as he continues to improve and continues to add more muscle tissue over the next year to 2 years. And to hear about 3rd and 4th place, here's Avon. Take it away, Phil.
Thanks, Aleem. Now, before I get into talking about our 4th place finisher over the weekend, the first thing I need to do is absolutely applaud Monster Zim, because everything that this team touches turns to gold. We saw it at the China Pro about a month or so ago, and we saw it again this weekend. The amount of time, effort, money, the works that this company puts into their productions is absolutely amazing to see. You can tell that this team absolutely care about what they're presenting to the world on that world stage. From the graphics, to the lighting, to the live stream quality, just the works. This is the way a professional bodybuilding competition needs to be run. This is what the fans want to see. And even more so, this is what the athletes want to see. These guys put in weeks and months of work to jump on that stage for 30 to 60 seconds. And when these guys jump on stage, I can almost guarantee you these guys all feel like Mr. Olympia champions, just purely based on the effort that has been put into these productions. So Monsters in, awesome stuff with that. Now, let's talk about our 4th place finisher from the country of Indonesia, one of my favorite countries in the world, by the name of Muhammad Rifki. We've seen some really good young talent come out of this country. We saw Isai Kesek, and now we're seeing a guy that is going to be following in his footsteps in the coming years. Now, Muhammad only won his pro card only 12 months ago, and if you see the transformation that this guy has made over the last 12 months, it is absolutely remarkable. The amount of mass that this guy has added to his frame is out of this world. But let's talk about the weekend. Now, looking at the guy, as soon as he walked on stage, we could not say anything other than how big and wide this guy is. This guy has got some really wide clavicles, but even more so, this guy has got quite a unique physique. It is almost Isai Kesek-like. There must be something in that mie goreng over there in Indonesia, because these guys carry some really, really similar characteristics to their physiques. You know, the wide clavicles, the big arms, the big chest. Yes, he does need a bit of work, but as I mentioned, this is probably his first ever pro show that he's ever done since turning pro. So yes, he does have a bit of work that needs to be done. But that being said, the amount of progress that he has made over the last 12 months, the amount of muscle that he's put onto that frame is absolutely crazy. But even more so, when we look at his top to bottom comparison, the guy is well balanced from top to bottom. He's got some good legs, some good wheels on him as well, but it wasn't until he turned to the back that he absolutely blew my mind. The size, the sheer size and mass that this guy has on that back for someone who is so young is crazy. Now, the one thing that Muhammad was lacking over the weekend, if we compare him to the guys that placed ahead of him, was just sheer conditioning. And again, with experience, with time, this guy will come in sharper and sharper and sharper with the more shows that he puts under his belt. Now, the one thing that I do need to touch on though is in regards to his posing. Now, in regards to his front shot, he did seem a little bit uncomfortable. Again, this could be nerves, this could be jitters, but he just seemed really, really stiff in that front pose. When he turned to the back though, he didn't have an issue. Yes, I mean, the one thing that I may have had the slightest issue with was the fact that he does place his arms out really, really wide, but it isn't the biggest issue in the world. I think if he nails that front pose, this guy will be a guy that, you know, will make it to the Olympia in the coming years. Absolutely no doubt about it. But again, it is still early days for Muhammad. It is still his pro show, but I do see him having a really, really big future ahead. Let's talk about our third place finisher from Malaysia by the name of Joshua Eng. And I'm going to be honest with you, leading into this show, this was a guy that I was definitely keeping my eye out on. We saw him compete at the Hong Kong Pro a couple of months ago. We also saw him compete at the Japan Pro, and this guy has, I'm telling you, a really, really good physique. He is also young. I don't know what it is about these new up-and-comers, these young blood athletes, but these guys are looking nutty. We saw it with Muhammad, and now we're seeing it again with Joshua Eng. But let's look at the physique that he presented on the weekend. And I'm going to be honest with you, Joshua had one of my favorite physiques from the weekend. Just take a look at how wide he is up top, how small he is down the bottom, but also the detail in his obliques and the detail in his abs. We noticed that the top three had one thing in common, and it was how conditioned they were. And it can be said, Joshua was definitely up there with one of the most conditioned on that Taiwan Pro stage. Looking at Joshua and the amount of progress this guy has made over the last 12 months, it is absolutely nuts. I was looking at a photo from his Instagram of him from 2023 or 2024. And he's literally wearing, well, I wasn't going to say literally wearing the exact same shorts, but he's wearing a similar pair of shorts. And the difference in his physique, the difference in his structure is absolutely crazy. But let's talk about the weekend show and let's take a look at the physique that this guy presented on that Taiwan Pro stage. And man, this guy is big. He's a big boy. I don't know how old he is. He can't be that old. He looks quite young, to say the least. But this guy packs on a lot of size. Just look at how cartoon-like those arms and those delts look. His whole physique kind of looks a little bit cartoon-like, but just let me draw your attention to his arms and his delts and how big and thick they are. Like I said, his abs are detailed, they're cut, they're conditioned, they're shredded. But I want you to just really hone in and take a look at how big, thick, dense, meaty that rear shot is. That is a beautiful back. That is a big back, and it's definitely one of the better backs, or one of the best backs, I should say, that were on that Taiwan Pro stage. If we start from the top, his traps, his rhomboids, the detail in his rear delts and where his scapula is. The guy doesn't pose too wide as well. He's got nice width on him. He's got high insertions on his lats. So the guy, like I said, the guy has a really, really good physique. I think he only turned pro a couple of years back. He's done a handful of pro shows, and I'm telling you, this guy's getting better and better and better the more time he does spend on that stage. And last but not least, I need to commend him for his posing. I know us boys at the Men's Physique Show are very, very critical on the posing, but the posing plays the biggest part. I said it in last week's episode. A lot of these athletes spend a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time focusing on their diet and their nutrition and their training, and a lot of them miss the mark when it comes to their posing. What Joshua showed us on the weekend is exactly what can happen when you practice the posing. You can have the worst physique in the world, but if you practice that posing, you hide your flaws and you show your strength and you display that to the judges, you can all of a sudden jump 3, 4, 5 places on one of these pro show stages. So guys, if you aren't practicing your posing just like Joshua Eng is, now is your time to start doing so.
Thanks, Phil. Coming in second place was India's very own superstar, ANIK GHOSH. ANIK GHOSH, man, what a run this guy's been on. He's done 6 shows this year. Impressive. He did 4 shows here in the States. He did the World Classic Pro, he came in 5th place. He did the Mile High Pro, he came in 2nd place. He did the Optimum Pro, he came in 3rd place. And then he did the New York Pro, which Brandon Hendrickson won, and he came in 8th place there. Just imagine the amount of competition, the high level of competition that was at the New York Pro. He still came in 8th place, but that wasn't his best. His best look to date was at the Indian Pro this year, just a couple of weeks ago. He looked crisp. He actually looked on the level of Ryan Terry. And we do believe that if ANIK GHOSH could come in with the same level of conditioning and fullness that he came in at the Indian Pro, man, he could easily be in the top 10 at the Olympia 2026. He came in a little less than what we expected since seeing him at the India Pro. The obliques were not as pronounced and the abs weren't as etched. However, he still delivered a Class A physique. Wide lats, wide back, definition in the rhomboids, looked like he was holding just a little bit in the midsection area. Chest looked full, not as full as the Indian Pro, but still looked full. And in fact, what was interesting is that we thought that he was on the road to win. He literally was in the middle of the comparison rounds almost all the way through. The head judge, we found out, Becky, she happens to put her first place winner typically on the sides. I wasn't aware of this. Normally, here in the States, most of the judges put their top athlete dead center in the middle, and everyone else is on the sides of them, second and third, so forth and so on. However, Becky does it a little bit different. She wants to see who's really going to win that second spot. So, learning curve for all of us who haven't seen how she judges in the past. It's a close call. A lot of Indian fans, I'm sure, are going to say ANIK GHOSH had that in the bag. He should have won. He was jerked. He was robbed. I don't know about that. I think the winner absolutely was on point, was etched in the abs, etched out in the oblique section. Full chest, incredible back. Back was almost on the same level as ANIK. In some cases, some people say a little bit more detail because of the conditioning. I mean, hands down, ANIK has it in the front shots, but when it comes to turning and facing the curtain, I think that, again, he could have just came in a little bit crispier than what he did.
I got a really nice Christmas present from Huge. 2 protein powders, my favorite, milk chocolate and vanilla milkshake. Exactly what I am. My mom is black, my dad is white. Anyways, the best protein shakes in the land. I just love the flavors. It goes so good with my oatmeal, with my cream of rice, in a shake, like however you want it. Shop Huge, use my code HART and get the best tasting protein powder on the market. I've been rocking with Huge for almost 3 years now, and I'm never going back. I know there's some of you out there that are thinking about competing in 2026, and I don't blame you. Men's physique it's a fun sport. It's sick to see what the best you on that stage physique-wise, physically. What are you going to bring? You're probably going to bring your best, and if you're going to bring your best physique, you might as well wear the best stage shorts in the entire world. Manifest is men's physique. I'll even help you save some money. Use my code HART and get the best stage shorts in the game. I say it every week, and I'm going to continue saying it every week, all 2026. Manifest is men's physique. Boys, that's it for us. We will see you Thursday with another banger. We have multiple interviews dropping this week. Stay on the lookout for that. Other than that, appreciate the support. Hit subscribe, and we will see you soon. We're out of here.